Hey folks, Corey here. Well, I'm on evening 2 of trying to get the body mounted on the Jeep. Got a little bit of ground covered tonight already. I'll show what I've got so far and where I'm heading. So, you can kind of see right there, I've got a couple brackets roughed on and bolted on. They're a little bit loose, and there's a little bit of slop in the holes to allow some adjustability, and I could even oblong them a bit to raise the chassis up and down as needed. I'm not going to cut any holes, drill any holes there yet. I'm just going to let it sit because I don't exactly know where it's going to end up lining up. It's going to be close to where it is, so I could probably drill the holes, but if you look, that's I guess you'd consider that at full droop. It's pretty good. I didn't want to have too much of a huge gap in the wheel wells, but hopefully tires won't rub in full compression, but if it does, I can also always oblong these holes and bring the chassis up a bit, or I could even put a spacer underneath there. Now the next step is to do the rear. Gotta do some brackets that'll hit those studs and bolt to the frame, and I'm also, because there's quite a bit of a gap, well, maybe it's not too bad, where I'd want this to drop down just a hair, and in order to do that I'll have to oh, come on, focus there, grind a little bit more off of there, just so that can sit down in the hole a little bit. But overall I think it'll work out alright. Let's see if I can get those rear brackets made. Oh, and I made the decision, I was tired of using a Dremel, using my little saw to cut the aluminum angle. Sure works a lot better. Let's get those rear brackets done and give her a go. Well, it took me some time, probably a good hour and a half or so, but I made some progress. You can see now I've got those brackets which were there before, and I've got some brackets on there, and they line up towards that front edge of that post. Now my spacing in the back's a little bit iffy. Looks not too bad. I should probably come back a hair more, but I really can't because that's butted up, so I may have to mess with the links, but I'd say that looks pretty well centered. Now with them with the rears centered, the front is pulled back a little bit further, so I'm gonna have to bump it out a bit, but that won't be too bad. All I'll need to do is add spacer on here again, maybe double the length here. Hopefully I have a long enough grub screw, rod end, or rod screw, whatever you want to call it, and then I can also put a spacer. It's kind of hard to see, but put spacer on the top link as well, and that'll push that axle forward just a hair. But now all I really need to do is I'll drill 2 holes, or sorry, 1 hole I should say, one here, and then I can bolt it through mark the hot body, bolt it through, and mark the post or where the holes go for the backside, and drill these brackets in the appropriate place. I want to show you something else before I do that. I actually took the little nubs off and filed it flat, raw aluminum there, and I also cleaned up the tops here to give myself some spacing. Now I plan on doing something with the frame afterwards, get everything kind of the same color, but I'll show you that in another video. So let's drill a few holes and get this baby mounted tonight. Well, it took me some time, but I finally managed to get her mounted up. You can see back looks pretty good, maybe a tad high, but springs are kind of full extension. I'd like it to come down just a hair, but I can tweak that once I work on the shocks. The front's actually probably sitting a little low. That's also because the shocks are drooping quite a bit. You can see how it drops a fair bit, and once I get more weight in the front it's going to be even more, so I can fix that with the shocks as well, or with some spacers on the mount. But you can also see As I mentioned before, these tires, these wheels are sitting a little further back in the wheel wells than I'd hoped. Then the front's not too bad. You can kind of see how it hits. I'm going to be cutting these things off anyway, and at some point in fabricating some flatty style fenders, because I don't like these big pocket flare style, but I'll use some spacers to move that forward just a pinch. But so I'm happy with the mount. I don't have it screwed on, so it's probably going to fall off. Let's see if I can. No, it stayed in. You can see got them bolted on. Use some little studs and nuts there, and it's not too bad. But instead of pulling these off all the time in order to get the body off, if I need to, but I can always just pull these 4 screws out, and they're out right now, which will allow me to pull the whole thing off like so. But one thing I'm really concerned about, and I'm gonna have to beef it up some, is not much meat there. You can see I'd be worried that I'd bust this out, so I think I'll have to build it up in here. And the front's even worse. There not much, sorry, back her up. There's not much at all there. It's not tied into the dash or anything. It's pretty flimsy, but nothing some styrene and solvent cement won't fix. But overall, I'm happy with where I got. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night as far as working on this goes and head into the house. Not sure when I'll be able to get out here and do some more work, because we have a cold snap coming pretty soon, and I'm not sure if that beast is going to keep it warm enough in here when it's minus 30. It puts out a good bunch of heat, but we'll see. In any case, if I can get out here and work on some more, I will, and I'll get another video up. Otherwise, talk to you later.